All right. It's into the evening. I'm Brett Rashowski, the honored co-MC for the last few hours here with Salma El Hariri, the founder of Scale Up Ventures. And I'm just going to say a few words as we transition into the final presentation tonight, which is going to be a keynote video that Salma will tell you a little bit about. Before we do that, I just wanted to again say thank you, Salma, to you and Hala for inviting me to come and spend a few hours. It's really honestly a super pleasure and honor. There's not many spaces on the planet that appreciate some of my eccentricities and my visions for the beautiful world. And you guys have been so supportive, and it's really like a great honor to have been here listening and being a part of your world very shortly. And your team's been awesome, and everything has been really smooth in the back end. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to the audiences who have been watching all night. I've been here for about the last 5 panels. We've talked about bridging Silicon Valley to the Middle East as part of the ecosystem enablers theme. We just saw a talk about an investment firm, again, enabling ecosystems. Earlier, we had memes, and we also had a couple conversations about successful startups stories. So this year, Vested Summit, it's called the Investment Edition, and really the main theme there is harvest. What has been happening for the past 10 years in the MENA region, and what's going to happen the next 10 years. And really, it's been amazing, Salma. You Vested, you guys are cutting edge. Honestly, you guys are cutting edge. There was such a great balance of what I call heart energy, the idea of community. The word community came up a lot in these conversations. Synergy, collaboration, family. The last conversation I just witnessed with the Shanto guys was amazing because it followed bridging Silicon Valley to Africa and the Middle East. But I was like, wait a second, the bridge goes both ways. And there's a lot that this region has to offer to Silicon Valley. The Ubuntu feeling of nobody loses, it's actually a different paradigm. So the bridge there is very, very interesting. And I'm going to take away a lot tonight about the coming together of different parts to create something greater, and the community feel, even though people are doing normal business and investment, there's a lot of love and a lot of vision that I've seen today. So I want to just congratulate everybody for helping to reimagine what investment is, what innovation is, and understanding we're all one planet, and we're going to come together. So it's been amazing for me, Salma, and thank you for as always putting it on with your team.
Thank you so much, Brett, for for your words, and I want to also take the time to thank each and every one of our speakers tonight. You've showed up from your homes, your screens, from wherever you were. You warmed our hearts. And blown our minds with lots of the ideas, and infused our hearts with lots of the collaboration that's going to be happening. And I cannot wait to have further down conversations on how we can actually build and harvest conscious tech in the next 10 years. Because again, 2030 is only 9 years away, and the sustainable development goals are not going anywhere, but we are actually going to be building that and carving that future out together. And this is what the summit's all about. And we've heard all about rising trends like NFTs and how they've been used in impact. Excuse my voice. It's been a long talking day. We've heard success stories from across the region, with VCs bringing on their rising stars of startups, and talking through their struggles and how they've come out alive well and learned, so that others can actually learn on from their mistakes and from the challenges ahead. So we've heard from that. We've heard some rising trends, and also been able to bridge in Middle East. We've been able to bridge Silicon Valley, Africa, and tomorrow we're going to be hearing from more European cities as well that are also contributors to the global ecosystem of conscious tech. So with that, I want to hand it off to someone who could not be with us today in person, but was very, very keen to actually record a session, because he's actually hosting his own political innovation conference out of Tunisia. Dirk Kunze is someone who he's German, but he's sitting in Jordan, really contributing to pushing forward the scene of political innovation, helping the Middle East rise in a new way. And he's going to be sharing with us what are the different rising trends and opportunities that he's seeing across the Middle East through political innovation. And with that, I'll hand it off to Dirk. Thank you so much for recording this session with us. And that will be the closing for the day. See you tomorrow for yet another awesome day of 13 hours of panels and sessions from across the globe. And this will just be just a small nugget of what will be hopefully fueling through. We hope to actually continue doing those live sessions, maybe not on monthly basis because it's a great deal of work in the back end, but definitely quarterly or maybe even twice a year, bringing you live expertise from around the globe, really pushing forward the conscious tech boundaries and building together bridges for a conscious future. On to Derek's words.
Hello and welcome. My name is Dirk Kunze from the Friedrich Naumann Foundation for Freedom. I'm the regional director for the MENA region, and I'm very excited and very thankful that I can have a few words for the Vested Summit 21, the investment edition, to welcome you, to give a short statement of what we do and why we are in this region. As you can see right now, we are actually preparing for our conference that we have, our annual Innovation and Politics Forum. And we're having it this year in Tunis, which is one of the reasons, or actually the reasons, why I cannot be at the Vested Summit 21 with you, but I'm very thankful that I can say a few words. As I mentioned, my name is Dirk Kunze. I'm the regional director for the Friedrich Naumann Foundation for Freedom. We are a German educational institute, and we are in this region already for almost 60 years. We started our first endeavor here in Tunis with training journalists, and we keep going in the MENA region very strong since then. We are invested very much in anything that brings this region forward, in anything that will support the bright minds, the energetic and engaged minds of this region, and there's so many of them here. And they need to be here, and they come from here because whenever you have innovation, whatever starts innovation, whatever the engine of innovation is always ignited when there is a dire situation, when there's a need for changing something. And if you look at the MENA region across the board, you will find and you will see that there is enough reason for igniting this kind of innovation. I mean, if you look back at the MENA region, which is not a homogenic region, but if you look at the MENA region in the last 20 years, you can actually say that we had some sort of a dilemma. There's enough reason for new innovation. There were so many crises, so much turmoil. We had humanitarian crisis. There was a democratic crisis, Iraq, and even in Lebanon, in other regions as well, maybe Tunisia as well. We had the migration crisis, which you all know about, from the political developments, financial crisis, so many things that happened, and it's currently still ongoing. Security crisis, identity crisis. You can continue this list by pointing out the negative facts. And now, if you come to it, the last 2 years, if you're looking back, Corona added another one on top of it. This is very easy to point out, and this is usually what we see. And the reason why we are still so active here in this region is because we also look underneath, and you see the engaged people and the potential that comes with it. With all of these crises, it sets an energy free that is super inspiring for not just the region, but other parts of the world. Because if you look at what Corona actually did, there's worldwide, there's a acceleration that happened in the last years. And even it is said that the technical development that happened in the last years propelled the industry 5 years ahead. So welcome to the year 2026, which we are in right now, because everything that is happening right now is actually like propelled 5 years ahead. So as I mentioned before, the MENA region, and again, it's very easy to look at and point out the difficulties, is not a homogeneous region. Every country, every nation, every culture is very different and has their own cultural cultural aspects, and we're trying to find in each different nation, in each different society, the igniting factor for something new. One of the activities that we did this year, for example, was the I-Values project, where we tried to improve politics, and we've tried to find and support agencies and agents of change in the society that is improving politics and that is improving policy making, and find new ways to engage with politics and to engage with and a civil society that is actually bringing the country forward. One of them actually, who participated in I-Values was Scale Up. Scale Up, who had this organization, or this idea of conscious fundraising or this conscious tech fundraising that was supporting new energy and new interest ideas in the region. And as I mentioned, these are the things that we're just looking for, that we're just trying to support, that we are trying to give a room and to connect on a worldwide scale, because the energy is here. And this is something that I think that is also like with the Vested Summit is happening. There's so many great potentials, so many interesting ideas that need to be put forward. And actually, this is something that we do as well. The next days, we will have our annual conference in innovation and politics. It's another angle of the same medal that the Vested Summit is also looking at. Potential, and giving it a space, giving it a name, and giving it a voice. We are working on, and we're just debating innovation and policy development, the ways of like how to safeguard, and the ways of finding ways to work with ideas, with new political ideas, and to also track them and see where they're going. Innovation and memory politics. We are living, this is a region where the historic memory is something that needs to be dealt with. It's going in every part of the society. It's going through everything that we're doing with people when we're dealing also with businesses. Innovation and political communication. So many new things are happening in this region. It's very agile. You have a very young population, very agile and new ways of doing political communication in this region. Innovation and gender, another great topic where we see a huge leap, a huge development in the last years, where the voice of women are much stronger, much more heard. And this is something that definitely gives us hope, and it gives us the possibility to build on, to make more out of it. Innovation and data. Data is all over. We need to find a way of making this data available to everyone. And there are great forces in the region. It doesn't need a German organization to tell people in the MENA region what to do and how to do it, but we can connect them. We can connect with other people who are also likewise very much interested in bringing this innovation and data forward, because the moment data is available for people, is available for people to address, to work with, it creates a level of transparency that is relevant for everybody who wants to invest in the region as well. Innovation and migration. We tend to look at migration in a very negative way, the cost that it brings to society, and we kind of brush aside the positive parts that it does, the economic sparks that also new ideas, new cultures, a new workforce is bringing to the region. We have a huge turmoil in the region on that issue, so this is something that we also definitely going to look into it. And last but not least, innovation and local development. I repeat it, innovation and local development. This is something that, especially in this region, is something that there is a huge field for development and bringing more exciting strength to the people who are actually wanting to participate in political decisions, in economic decisions, educational decisions, cultural decisions, so many societal factors. This is something that we definitely want to look at and talk about, because in the end of the day, what we need in the MENA region, North Africa, Middle East, all of this is basically an environment of innovation, something that builds the trust and the agile environment for people to actually engage and come up with new ideas. And this is something that we do here in this conference as well. We have definitely the people for it. We have the energy for it. And at the end of the day, just like the Vested Summit, where I would have loved to be in, and maybe like next time, many of you guys can also come to our Innovation and Politics Forum, which we don't know yet where it will be next year, but it's every year in another area. This year it's in Tunis, and I'm sorry for not being with the Vested Summit this year, but I thank you very much again for addressing you, and good luck with the summit. Um, Thank you very much, and all the best from Tunis, from the Tunis Innovation and Politics Forum. Thank you very much.